Hey everyone, welcome back to Creative Callouts. I'm your host Giggila, and this time I'm joined by Genesis's own and owner and creator of Paradox Royale. Please welcome Chrissy to Creative Callouts. How are you
Hello,
doing?
everyone. I'm doing pretty well, Giggila. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. So, let's jump straight into things. So, you have obviously your own upcoming Mini BR. Do you want to talk us through what that's like?
It's been a while in the development. We're restarting Paradox Royale from a 1.0 to 2.0. We've been working on it since November or October, I believe, and everything's been going pretty well. We have a snow biome, jungle, tropic, a small reality biome, and each biome has its own different foliage and diversity in buildings. As in, the jungle has a ancient theme to it where you can explore and find different structures from long ago, or even a abandoned volcano with a base on top of it, siphoning the lava from the volcano to act as power.
Yeah, no, it's been honestly great to just kind of see the progress that's been made. I've also been fortunate to kind of work alongside you on some of the areas and kind of helped you through some of the naturing and just general small little tidbits in like the actual nature side because that's kind of my forte when it comes to these mini BRs. Um, but I mean, I'm also fortunate to say that FCNews gets to make another appearance in a mini
Oh,
BR.
yes. I'm actually very happy on how the building has turned out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there will be possibly a small little short showing it off, possibly from FCNews. I don't know. We could probably talk
Yeah.
about doing that, or you know.
Oh yeah, no, we'll definitely get one of those out when obviously the map is ready to
Oh
come
yeah.
out. That won't happen for a little while now, but it's definitely something I would like to do in the future when obviously things come out to get ready for release.
Oh yes.
Um, but obviously that is a little bit later down the line when everything's finished up, as there's still being some work and development done. Um, but so far it's been very interesting to see just kind of how the progression's been going. And for a mini BR, it definitely fits the kind of name of mini, as it is a smaller island than most of the kind of mini BRs you see. But it is still very good, and it's not even too compact. It is nicely spread out, and it is still a decent sized island.
See,
But it is still,
we have had to make some sacrifices with some POIs because they just didn't fit what we were going for,
hmm
and we've obviously expanded some areas around the map to make it feel a lot more open or a lot
yeah,
more, I would say, have more like interesting areas to
hmm.
explore.
Yeah. No, it's even though there have been some like changes to certain areas and that type of stuff, there's still been room for some very good things, and it is honestly nice to still be working on some of these mini BRs. Because I mean, obviously, I'm fortunate to work on Starfield as well,
Oh
so
yeah.
I do get to take some of the nature that I've learnt myself from having time in a very proficient map. Um, to actually get out onto kind of a different playing field of sorts. And
Yes.
I do still love working on Starfall, and I will continue to. But it is always nice to get out into different fields and still work on different other maps. So it has been a breath of fresh air as I've been working on Starfall for, well, this specific map for months now. But with Starfall in general, it's just been years. But to have Paradox as this different kind of shift in kind of the sizing of the map and the kind of the way the story works, it is a nice change.
Yeah.
But obviously, we didn't meet just due to kind of making our own mini BR maps, but we did
No.
meet in the mini BR scene.
We did. Yes.
And back in the, I can't even say good old days because it wasn't, it was the CBR era
Yes,
of
it
the
was.
community, which For those of you who don't know, good, you don't want to. It
Yep.
was a
It was chaotic.
treacherous time with many different people. There were good parts. I will say there were good parts, but there were also parts where you're lucky to be just fighting in the community each day. Um,
Yes.
Lucky isn't even the word because it was a battlefield at points. Um, but considering I made it out the other end and being compared to as kind of just the one leading the charge and taking things down, I'm very happy with how it turned out. And but I didn't actually meet. I met you during the kind of takedown of CBR.
And the
Um,
reign of UBR.
yeah, right at the tail end of it.
Yes.
And the first real conversation I think you and I had was during the start of UBR.
Yes.
Because I believe you were there at the end of CBR in that
I was.
stage,
Yeah,
but
I was in
you were in the audience, I believe, for
yes, I
that.
was.
And it was a couple of us on stage, and we kind of had the chance to say what happened, what went down, and what we're doing. As
Yes.
at that point, we'd kind of taken the power off where it shouldn't be, and the people were very confused, but
Indeed.
they were happy because they realized, oh wait, things are actually going to be different now. Or I mean, I'm sure some people still had questioning thoughts and everything, but little did we know that was just the beginning of our issues. We then had
Yes.
someone try and take us down from the inside, and
All that
eventually,
jazz.
yeah, eventually we just canned it, and I released the plan that worked the strongest, and I live the coup de grace to this day because it was an amazing move.
Yes, it
But
was.
you and I got our first real conversation at the start of making UBR as Stink, who was the one in charge at the time, he wanted an HR department.
Oh yeah, and I was one of the
And
first picks.
yeah, I Stink selected you, I believe.
Yes, he did.
Um, and I was the first pick, but that's because I was the setting up of it. As soon as Stink gave me the idea, him and I and two others, we had a talk about it, and we were like, that would not be a bad idea to do, and I feel I could run it. So I did, and Stink got a couple people in. One of them being you, who you became my kind of right hand person
Yep.
during the UBR times.
Oh yeah.
Um, and that was I can't say it was cool because it was the UBR times, but I did enjoy having you by my
Yes.
side to do that, even though it was painful. Um,
Okay.
I would rather have not gone through the whole ordeal and not have to threaten so many people. But
Yeah.
I am glad I did it with a team that mostly knew what they were doing. Um, there was obviously that one person on the inside trying to take us down, which we didn't understand for a while. But thankfully, the last plan took them out. And currently, it's in a rest period, the whole community.
Yeah.
It's recovering. We actually did it so bad and took it down. It's like the 0 point. It's gone back under.
Yeah. It has, but it's slowly recovering over time.
Mm. And we're still there. We're still watching, keeping a close eye. So, but from there, we went into something way more
Bigger.
productive and something that I am so proud of as how it's come along. And that is obviously Genesis Studios.
Yes.
So, you're just going to explain your experience of Genesis so far.
I joined Genesis after, well, I was Rifty came to me and he offered me a position of HR in Genesis Studios, along with you, Giggila.
Mm-hmm.
He, I would say it's a great experience, and he's probably one of the best bosses I think I've had. Um, it's a great place to be, especially with so many talented people.
Yeah.
Um, we make a lot of good experiences that obviously you can probably go see, like Fracture Reshaped
Mm-hmm.
and the other two live events that we have out there, Convergence and Doomsday. They were pretty
Yeah.
decent.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Especially the main villain in the first one.
okay, yes, 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 Giggila, we know you're Golden Devil.
I have to.
Um, I know you do. But no, I think overall, my experience at Genesis Studios is really nice, and I do appreciate Rifty extending the offer for me to join his team.
Yeah, no, when Rifty wanted to start making up an HR department because he see how well it was doing in UBR, because I think it was the only department that was doing something. So it didn't
Yes.
exactly have much competition, but hey ho. Um, so when he came to me with the idea, because I was running HR and UBR,
Yep.
he said, "Hey, I know you're already in the server, but would you like to kind of do HR as well in Genesis?" And I said, "Absolutely, I'd love to kind of join in on the team." And because at that point, the only higher ups were the CEOs,
Oh yeah. Mhm.
and even then, it was a different dynamic of people. But now it's a stronger team. We get through a lot of work now, especially since, I've actually given you guys work to do instead of done everything myself.
Yeah.
Which, while it technically worked, it wasn't the ideal method. Um,
Yeah.
but now you do an incredible job at HR in Genesis, and I think you've really found your role kind of in this community as a creator and kind of just helper to everyone, because that's what you kind of become. You become this helper to everyone, seemingly. Like, even with outside of Genesis, in like Creators BR, like you're in there talking a lot, helping out people and everything. And sure, we threatened Minnie a few times, but that happens. Like,
Yeah.
it's fine. It's just Minnie. Um, but you've become this kind of shining beacon in the community for what you've been able to achieve,
Yeah.
and I am very happy to see how you've come along. And I know I say that weirdly as you're older than me, um, but see how you've come along. It makes me sound like I'm an 80-year-old grandpa. Um, but I trust me, I'm not that old. I'm not that ancient. Chrissy can probably back me up on that. Chrissy, yeah, I'm not a grandpa. Um,
No, you're not.
I'm not even a father, and so I'm not even close. So I'd be more concerned if I am. I'd have many questions. Um, but no, it's been a massive roller coaster to where we are now. And I mean,
Mhm.
you've just recently started your first in Genesis projects, which we
Yes.
can't actually say the name of yet because it's not been kind of announced. But you've started on one.
Mhm.
Um,
Finally.
yeah, and I'm actually taking a lead on it temporarily.
Yes.
Um, obviously we can't say what yet, as we kind of can't disclose things. That's kind of against because
Our rules.
yeah, we can't say what happens in all our events. But I mean, we can say this, that type of stuff. And
Yeah.
I'm just going to add a massive censor bar over what I just said there, just so that no one knows. That's going to be hilarious. Um, but it's like the type of stuff that we get to see behind the scenes. Like
Oh yeah,
Link's event work. Like it's magical to watch.
it is. No, it truly is. He's probably one of the best people on that team
Mm.
qualified.
Oh yeah. He is. If Genesis wouldn't be anywhere without him.
Oh no, 100%.
Like it would be such this massive change, and I think we'd still be making mini BRs in Genesis.
Oh, 100%.
Like Golden Island would still be going on, and without
To
its
be honest,
events,
I kind of want to see Golden Island continue. I kind of want to see that.
there's a few of us who do, and I'm on the fence if I do or not.
Well, if it does, it just gives more project time and more
Yeah,
things we can do.
but I mean, some of the team kind of wants to not do mini BRs anymore, which is fair.
Yeah,
Um, I would personally like to give it a shot
yeah.
one day, but I don't think now's the right time. Um,
Yeah, I don't think so.
and considering Golden Island's last update was about this time last year, probably, but we had two
Yeah.
events after that where we just didn't update things. I don't think.
I
Um,
don't to be honest, I think if we did go back, it'd probably be amazing if we did.
oh no, we would do it very well.
Oh
It's just
yes.
the fact of, do we want to spend all that time making a mini BR?
I mean, I bet you there's some people in Genesis who would love to.
Oh yes, no, there are some people who'd love to, especially some of our newer members who've come from the mini BR scene before,
Yep.
and it's like there's just been like these massive changes around, and there's always something funny just kind of happening around the place, and that we get to kind of deal with. I mean, also just kind of like this. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Godzilla breaking through this entire bay. Things are going absolute mayhem. He's shooting a laser beam at this point. He's even causing massive destruction. We don't know what's going on. Ladies and gentlemen, please run for your lives, as I'm even going to start running soon. But hey, look, it's Godzilla. Okay. Well, anyway, so, I mean, you and I have still been able to have loads of just kind of relaxing, kind of more fun times with so many different people. Like, obviously, we still get to, like, chill out with, like, Rifty, like, Sting, like, those type of people. We
Oh yeah.
still get to have like, a fun, and, like, the main highlight of the UBR time for me was
Uh-huh.
the SMP. And the UBR time led on to that, and because it was mentioned during then, and then we kind of put it up. I want to say September. I
We put
could
it
be
up in
wrong.
August and then it went
August,
down.
yeah. But we had this Minecraft server running, and we just kind of chill on there, build on there, kill each other a few times.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, I killed you more than me.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Keep
So,
telling yourself that, bud.
I mean, it was true. It was true.
Somewhat.
Yeah, you had better armor than me and still lost.
Yeah. Well, that's a skill issue on my end.
Yeah, I can agree. I'm glad we can agree on that. Um, but no, just to have that kind of chill time amongst kind of all the chaos that was UBR, the mini BR scene, and all of that.
Oh yeah.
It was really nice to have a proper break away from everything.
It
So
was.
So to really have something that we could just go to each day and just relax,
Mm-hmm.
it was very nice. And I mean, right now we just have a lot of work to do, so we're all just working, but... And especially, I lost the PC for a little bit, which was a major hindrance.
Oh yeah.
You had your arguments with Fortnite as well.
Oh yes.
But thankfully, both of our issues seemingly are resolved.
Somewhat.
Yep. And it's like, I kind of need it for a future plan I've got in February, which obviously I haven't announced yet,
Mm.
but it's going to be a very big stream. Um, but no, I'm looking forward to that, and I'm very excited to have the honor to do this.
Yeah.
But that will be have to something when people find out a little bit, later down the line. But until then, we've still got, these amazing podcast episodes, which I'm
Oh
so
yeah.
pleasured to do, because we are on season 3, episode 6, which is the 21st episode, I believe. And to be
Yeah.
around for as long as I've been able to do podcasting, it's incredible. I believe I can say this. I am the longest running active creative podcast. Which I haven't, obviously there's been ones that were around longer, as in but way before I started. Like Immature had one. He had his Creative Juice podcast.
Oh yeah.
But he only did a couple episodes on that. So I definitely have more episodes than him, which is about the only thing I have over Immature, because he does so much more than me. I just about catch him on that one. And I mean, I've always said this to kind of to understand the editing process of some of these episodes. His episode took me 11 hours to edit.
Oh my god.
And it was because my thing crashed twice, though. That was the laptop days. That was painful. So that was definitely something. But we had an opportunity to get him on, and I think he's been the biggest name I've had on. But I
Well,
always
you've had
love...
some pretty big teams on here too, like Genesis.
Yes. Now I've had Genesis on here.
You've had the 3 Misfits. You had some of the Starfall team.
Yeah. I've actually had all of the original Starfall team.
Mm.
And I am missing one of the new Starfall team,
Who's that?
but that's Zero.
Oh, Zero Crew.
Yeah, it's because he hasn't released his own map yet. He's still waiting to do that. He's been working on his own map, Minerva, for about what feels like 15 years. And him and I always joke about saying just how some of... He never seems to have more than 3 POIs done at a time.
Well,
It's because
Giggila.
he keeps getting rid of the other ones.
Giggila. The reason he keeps getting rid of him is because there's a giant crater in the middle.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Dusty Divot. But no, we always have some good times. I'm glad
Oh
to still
yeah.
be in contact with them, and obviously by this time this episode is out, Starfall will be released. As that happened, actually, it is planned for this weekend, which is, as of recording, the weekend will be the 25th, 26th. So it will be out by the time this episode comes out. But we were delayed by Epic's HLOD's issues.
Ah.
Oh, that was painful. Oh, that was... It delayed so many maps. I I think that was kind of some of the lowest map updates and releases for just the whole community during that
Oh
period
yeah,
because of how annoying the HLODs issue was. I mean, thankfully,
yeah.
Paradox isn't because you don't have your HLODs done yet, do you?
No, I don't. No,
No.
I haven't even done memory count.
Yeah. So you've still got time. You're still fine, and but no, it's just when it comes to the HLODs, Chrissy, get ready to have some fun.
Oh, trust me. Yeah.
Speaking of fun, we can just talk about how many chess games we've played.
Oh yes.
Or is that traumatizing?
Uh, 20, 30, I would say.
I think we're at 30, at least by now. Not including the
Still not,
training games.
still not as bad as whiskey.
Yeah, whiskies. So for the kind of people listening in, um, I'm kind of banned from playing chess in Genesis.
There's a
Not
reason behind that
officially,
too.
but it's because no one's beat me. Especially Whiskey. Whiskey tried to beat me, and we had 53 matches. I won 53 times. It was quite something. I sure would have thought I'd at least lose one. But I've been more impressed that he keeps asking for rematches. The determination on him is incredible.
Yep.
Incredible writer, and even better somehow chess determination. But it's fine.
Uh,
Your and I record is like what 30 games or so.
yeah.
So
And I last longer than him, so.
yeah, no, you make it to at least like 30, 40 moves each time minimum.
Yep.
Apart from some few games, but
Yeah.
there's those couple games where it's just kind of a clean sweep. Um,
Oh yes.
you enjoy those games. Um,
Yes, I do.
but no, I think even like Creators BR doesn't even like playing chess with me anymore. Um, I need to find a new server to torment in chess. Um,
Well, you always have I mean, you could always torment the Adonis server.
this is true. Oh yeah, and Spark doesn't allow me to play chess anymore. They
Oh,
don't either.
wonderful.
Yeah, they've just realised that. So I'm running out of places to play chess. Against friends, but but no, that's another pastime. Like just like with the Minecraft thing, it's except for that's a bit quicker and less build up.
Yes.
Quite literally, because there's no building in chess. I mean, you have the blocks. You could say like the squares. You've got the squares on the
Yep.
board, the 8x8, but you, yeah, no one wants to take me on in chess anymore, which is sad. But
It's reasonable.
unfortunately, so I'm surprised Whiskey even got to that 53rd game. Um, I
Oh
think
my.
the only reason it hasn't gone any further is because he's just been busy.
Yep.
Because he's been writing, obviously,
His own
Aftermath.
stuff. Yeah.
He's got a couple of own projects, and then of course there's a one last little event that can't be named yet because it's public
Obviously.
knowledge. Yeah, it's public knowledge that people know Skyfire isn't the end.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but when I said that one's not even close to being finished, as in the third event
Oh
in the
yeah.
trilogy, not even close. It's like not even 1% done. I don't even think I could say 1%. Maybe like a quarter of that.
Yep.
Like I'd say like 0.25% of it is done.
I mean, I don't even think we have a release date for Skyfire, do we? I know it's early this year, but
Yeah, it's Q1. We know it's
yeah.
Q1, but we don't have a confirmed date yet. I can tell you it's not this weekend. I can say that. And
Yep.
I can say it's not going to be the day of this podcast comes out. So that's about all I know. But that's literally all I know.
Oh
So,
yeah.
well, I mean, I know obviously behind the scene things, but
Well, no, me and
we
you both do.
yeah,
Yeah.
we both know like behind the scene things, but we just haven't confirmed. You know, we haven't confirmed times and time for releases, but those will come. They have
Yep.
their own times. Um, but obviously, it's been an absolute pleasure to just not only work alongside you, but work alongside the entire Genesis team.
Oh yes.
It is an absolute pleasure to just work alongside this team, and of course, we don't always agree on every single point, but that's going to be every
Yeah.
single team ever. So, um, and it's always mostly a fun dynamic between everyone, and with the jokes of Lynx being, not allowed to do anything but make the events. It's
Oh yeah.
hilarious. Yep. The
Always in the
basement.
basement.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, Lynx definitely enjoys it there.
Oh
My
yes.
sarcasm isn't great, but yeah. So, but no, I mean it's been wonderful getting you on and talking with you.
Oh yeah.
Um,
No.
are there any other things you want to kind of promote and get out there?
Well, I know another thing I'm working on is Adonis. Obviously we're hitting back up production this month, so expect to see some stuff in the coming months, I would hope, as things get closer and closer to us
Hmm.
making stuff and all that.
Yeah, no, you've done a fair bit of work, but obviously that's a little more under wraps right now because it's not out for
Yeah.
release yet. So
Well, yeah. It's a lot more under wraps than some of the stuff at Genesis, because a lot of people have been anticipating it and been asking, when is it going to release? When is it going to release? Well,
yeah,
right now we don't have a release date so far, except for
yeah,
we're hoping this year.
yeah. To be fair, that's kind of been the same with the events. People were
Oh
begging
yeah.
for an event the day after. Like, do you
Well,
think we have enough time to make an event in one
the,
day?
the
Like,
thing is, it takes time to make stuff,
mm. Oh yeah,
especially to the quality and perfection that we want it to be. It's going to
mm-hmm.
take a while.
Yep. It's like the story writing alone takes weeks.
Oh, 100%. I mean, if like, how many story writers do we have? We have like two.
We have 3 on Skyfire.
Yeah, three. That still takes long because they have to plan every little detail out.
Mm-hmm. But they've been doing an incredible job.
Oh no, they
Like the
have.
the scripts, we can probably say this. The script is finished.
Yes,
Um, and
and it looks amazing.
like it looks great, and I'm very excited for when it does come out in this year. Um, so we've just really got to wait for, you know, it to be ready.
Oh yeah.
And I've seen the first 2 minutes of it, and I've enjoyed it so far. Obviously, it's longer than 2 minutes. That's not a
Yeah.
spoiler. That's just it would be stupid if we didn't have it over 2 minutes.
Oh, 100%.
That's just kind
Um,
of obvious. But
Another thing is, I've also started streaming again, so
yes, you
that's
have.
something.
Yes, no, you've been doing your
Fallout.
your Fallout streams. You with your nukes.
Yep.
You and your
Launched one
nukes.
yesterday, so happy about that.
You're very trigger happy with your nukes.
Yeah, well, they're fun to launch.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm sure I'll just take a few off you at one point.
Yeah.
Hmm. Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. But yeah, no. Are there any other points you wanna?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming on. It's been a pleasure getting to sit down and talk to you, which is a kind of near daily occurrence, but
Yes.
it is always good to
I mean,
get a
thank you
little-
for having me. So,
No, it's been my pleasure. So yes, thank you very much for joining me, and thank you all for listening. We'll see you next week.
bye.